Hello and welcome everyone to Isyour6covered. Appreciate you showing up for tonight's chat. Should be a good one. We have a special guest, maybe two special guests tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about what it says, the who, what, where, when, and whys. Trying to start up a PRS style match or event, or basically a series or an NRL kind of. Let's have some fun with this today. Hopefully this inspires some of you guys that maybe don't have any don't have too many matches in your local area to maybe go for it with a couple buddies and actually start a series of your own and get people out and get them shooting. But we'll have some fun. I'll go ahead and special guest so far tonight is Dick Hedges. So welcome to the show, Dick. Appreciate you showing up, and we're gonna have some fun. And before we get going, I guess I ought to say a huge shout out to Vortex Optics. You guys check out vortexoptics.com if you guys need anything for your rifles or pistols when it comes to red dots and spotting scopes and range finders and all sorts of cool stuff. So hopefully you guys, but anyways, welcome to the show, Dick. Hopefully you are having a great day down in Florida.
Thanks for having me. It's been a pretty good day. Been prepping for this match as we were talking. So we lit off some fireworks to celebrate. So
there you go. That always is, that makes it fun for sure. Let me, so for those of you that don't know the background of Dick, basically he lives in Florida. I don't know your exact location, but down in Florida, he was having a pretty difficult time, at least in his area, not having to drive a bazillion miles to actually find a PRS match. He was watching us shoot a ton of them all over the God's green earth, and I think he was getting a little jealous. But tell us how that evolved, Dick.
Well, watching you guys, and I bought the 22. I had a Voodoo, and I got everything, and I was going, and I was shooting all these. I shot a few outlaw matches locally. I was like, none of this counts. Like, I'm not going to go to a regional or a national series. So then I started thinking about, well, my kids wanted to shoot. I'm like, well, 22 is a good form and format for it. Let's get them involved. And so it kind of evolved from there. We started talking at work. It went all the way back to like December last year when you guys first started getting into it.
Yeah, it's the whole thing started off with just kind of what's an easy, cheap way. This is kind of when COVID hit, of being able to go out, try to stay proficient or be able to practice positional shooting and not, just go through a bazillion rounds and a bazillion dollars worth of money trying to shoot center fire. And the whole adventure, or, as a lot of us call it, down the rabbit hole, it's been an expensive rabbit hole, but I tell you, I thoroughly enjoy it. But I think it is very good for practicing and getting proficient at positional shooting, especially if you want to just shoot NRL or PRS style center fire. I think if just being able to get that time of clock down where you need to be at a certain point of your stage within a certain time frame, really helps out, along with a lot of other things like, just staying proficient with your reticle and being able to, stay up to date. And, when you kind of lose stuff if you're not doing it. So it helps.
It does. And then we were looking at it and we're like, there's got to be some local programs where we could kind of grow the sport. Because not just how do we, itch our scratch, but how do we get our itch? But how do we get, the next generation involved? And I was like, I'll go talk to the 4-H coach and go talk to local JRTCs and see if they have kids that shoot and want to shoot, a different thing like PRS. And we found out quickly that all those programs in our region of the state had been shut down completely, like due to insurance, due to many other things, budget cuts. They just didn't want to carry the insurance anymore. So then it was like, it created a new mission that we started traveling down. Like, how do we get these kids involved? Not just in PRS now, but now how do we get them back out shooting? and get them confident, proficient with the gun. So that's kind of presented a new problem for us, but I think it's a good problem.
No, and I think of what you've done, you've been able to accomplish a massive amount of support through your local vendors, and then as far as some other sponsors throughout the, United States and so on that have helped you get some items for the prize tables. And there's a ton of stuff. And I will tell you right now, I have not a clue how much work it takes. Now, don't get me wrong. I know it takes a lot of work to, first off, be able to run a match like this, but to go ahead and start up a brand new series. So basically being able to do that. But let's start off with the who's, right? So because we're talking about basically the who, what, where, when, and whys, and the who's, and you can kind of chime in on this, but it's basically the shooters that enjoy a sport that want to continue to make it grow, right? Or someone that's maybe does a different style of shooting but wants to bring a new style of shooting to their local area. And obviously to continue on with the kids, like you had said, and get people involved in the sport of shooting, no matter what style. This isn't just for PRS or NRL. A lot of this stuff would be probably the same. I mean, it would be different organizations that you would need to contact in order to start something. But being able, those people, who are they? They're the people that love the sport enough that they're willing to spend their time, energy, and money in order to get this going. It's not like you're going to make $1 million running this style series. It's more for the love of the game, I think. But Definitely. Any other things you want to say when it goes on that topic?
Yeah, no, and it does. It goes, all right, so who's your key audience? And then how do you, from my aspect is, how do you bring more people to the sport or make it even known to people, right, to try it? And then you have another hurdle of how do you get them the confidence to come out and try their first match? Because what I found was a lot of people were interested in talking to them, even students, in my pistol classes or carbine classes, like, hey, we're going to be doing this. You have and then they're like, I don't know. I don't want to embarrass myself out there, with these 22s and a scope. I haven't done a lot of shooting like that. And you're like, look, I got my 8-year-old daughter's going out and doing it. I'm pretty sure you're going to get embarrassed. You're not going to win your first time out. It's more about just having fun shooting. We're doing a lot. The other big who's is support. So from other shooters out there, through Big Country, just getting us like shingles for the roof stage and all different little things coming to us. Kevin over at Leopold, all those guys coming through and getting us stuff for prize tables. We had a big sponsor. I can't disclose who, but they got us a mover for our first match. I mean, we haven't run a match yet. We already got a mover donated. So
that's awesome. So
it's been humbling, the support we've gotten from the community back. I was kind of, like Ray said the other night, a little more guarded from being in the industry because it is or was for me a long time like a dog-eat-dog world. And to have it flip and be this supportive and get this kind of outreach for something like that to grow the sport is amazing. I can't say enough. I've been completely humbled, and I've probably worked more hours than my wife would like working on it, but I can't let the people that are investing this time or assets in me, I can't let this fail. So I was really inspired. Another big shout out is I forgive me, I don't remember his name. The guy that came out to your match with the kid crew.
Kid crew?
Yeah.
Willard brought his son one day. Oh.
Yes.
No, I'm thinking of a different match. But yeah, Willard's brought his son out there as well. I tell you what, it brings me huge enjoyment when I see like a father or mother bringing their kid to shoot. It's just awesome to watch.
Yeah, no, you had a gentleman that had a squad of kids, junior shooters that were.
Oh no, that was in Kettlefoot. Yeah, it was Todd. Todd had he was a coach for a youth shooting team, and it was an amazing time being able to shoot with the kids. We were all squatted up together, and it was a lot of fun. It really was.
Yeah, and at first I'll be honest, I was intimidated by inviting a bunch of new kid shooters out, just the liability there.
Sure.
How much strain are you going to put on experienced shooters if they're getting squatted with them and they're constantly coaching or helping out or having to deal with that? And after seeing the positive outreach from him coming out, Todd, and then going out and seeing a few matches where kids were there with Big Country, and we saw a bunch of kid shooters and how well they were receptive, I got more comfortable with the idea, and I kind of went full bore in that direction.
And that's the thing too. I think, and you know this, and everybody out there knows this, the shooting community is just straight up amazing when it comes to stuff like that. Whether helping a new shooter out or even a youth shooter, I mean, people are there to help and try to grow the sport as much as they can. A lot of ambassadors to the sports of shooting. There's a lot of positivity, and it makes it enjoyable for the new shooter, hopefully, and it makes it less intimidating. And you know what? You have to start somewhere. There was a gentleman, we went to the gun show. I said this once before on a chat. And he's like, no, I don't want to shoot. And we're like, well, why don't you want to shoot? He's like, oh, you guys are way too good. I'm like, who cares if you come in last place? Go have fun. Like, you can only get better, right? So you show up, you don't do very well, or maybe you do decent, and then you're just hoping to do a little bit better each time. And that's what it's about. You're going out there to battle against yourself, basically.
Oh yeah, no, I'm one level up from being a horrible shooter. So at the sports, like every day I go out there is a struggle. But that's the fun of it, is improving yourself and just getting better. The positional punisher, affirmed all those.
Oh yeah, you went to probably one of the toughest matches ever held in North Carolina.
I love it. I have one of his stages at the first.
Oh yeah, that'll be a way to just scare everybody off. No, so let's kind of go through this real quick.
Oh, Ray said just going to have fun.
Yeah, just go to have fun. That's right. So we are talking to you, and we're talking the Florida region. Maybe you want to go ahead and why don't you tell those people out there might be some people from Florida that will be, wanting, maybe they're looking for a new PRS, because you're doing a PRS. You're not doing an NRL. You're doing a PRS.
Yeah, doing a PRS. So we have some interesting targets. I told you the array. I'm not going to give that out here. It's all going to be down at Tradecraft Range in Immokalee, Florida. So it's on the West Coast near Naples. But if you're in the South Florida area from Davie to Fort Lauderdale to Weston, it's all about an hour and a half, 2 hours from your house. If you're on the West Coast, it's even closer. It's about 30 to 45 minutes from your house.
See, and that's short. I mean, we drive 5-6 hours sometimes.
Exactly. I think I'll be traveling the furthest. I'm driving 2.5 hours to get there. But it's where we could hit the biggest demographic, and it already had all the infrastructure there with rooftops and everything already built for the first match. So it kind of alleviated some stress. And it's well known in the PRS community here. So we'll have that. It's July 31st. Range opens up at 7:30, zeroing at actually safety brief at 8, then promptly zeroing after that, and then we go straight into divvying up the squads. I have 3 squads of all new shooters almost, with a few experienced shooters that are going to be like squad moms to help coach. So, and I think those shooters, one's Eduardo Torres, another one's Corey. And so we have some really good shooters that are coming down to help out.
Yeah, you got people texting me, and you got people out in the comment section. They're basically how is there any ways that we can support you when it comes to anything?
Yeah. So right now I'm running through an LLC in the process of starting up, not for profit. I just want to be able to maximize if you donate something or donate to us. I want to make sure I can send you, a slip showing your donation so you get credit on your tax return for a write-off or whatever. Plus, I want to legit. We're putting everything we do, every dollar that gets sent to us, anything that gets donated gets posted on Instagram and all the social media, so you can see where your money's going. But yeah, you can email me. It's blackwatchperformance@gmail. I know it's not a short email. I'll type that down here, and then I won't give out my phone number on here. But those that have my phone number, you can go ahead and call me, and we can work stuff out. But we're trying to get kids. We also have a few, I don't know, out-of-state residents that live on boats here in marinas. And I've been contacted by a few of those. They're buying 2 rifles to share 4 of them, and they're going to start coming to matches and been asking all kinds of questions.
Yeah, that's amazing. So there's a lot of there's legalities with the whole. What was the deal? They had to basically keep the rifles.
So the JROTC and the 4-H, because their programs were shut down except for archery, they cannot have or possess rifles. And then because of other stuff, I have to hold the rifles in my FFL as loaners or rental rifles. So I had to up my policy. And then those kids that are not even maybe exposed to the shooting community and want to try it can come out. They can borrow a rifle or rent a rifle, shoot the match. Thanks to sponsors, Shark Coast Tactical gave us 5,000 rounds of CCI standard velocity. Nice. So we can give them 100 rounds. They can shoot the match, and it's really nothing out of their pocket. We got some bags from Armageddon Gear. Tom at Armageddon Gear hooked us up. So we have some loaner bags we can give out to youth shooters that maybe don't have it or are waiting to see what works for them. They're all light fill, though, because I don't want them struggling with a bag. Brody's saying if you need any help with the website for your nonprofit, he'd be happy to help put something together for you. So that's cool. Thank you, Brody. Much appreciated. All you guys asking great questions for sure. And this is it. This is what it is. This is a community that we love so much. This is the reason that I jump on here almost every night and try to give something, whether it's either comedy or some type of knowledge of something, especially that's what we're trying to do, is trying to help the community and get more people together. And it's been a fun adventure for sure. Did you have any other sponsors that you want to plug? People need to know this, because just like with the Vortex thing, I've been blessed to be able to, get some items and all that stuff. And I want to show my love back to the company by saying, hey, Vortex makes great stuff. No. You guys need something, but you as a person that's getting stuff from different companies, we need to know who these companies are, so that we buy that stuff. Oh, you got the X-Ring shirt on. Nice. Yeah, X-Ring Customs is one of our sponsors. We have Seth over at DM Targets. We got another local Cerakote guy, Alex at Coats of Anarchy. Outstanding guy. He's actually, these are going to be the last trophies that I hand paint. He's gonna actually Cerakote all our trophies from now on. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'll tell you what, you got some mad skills when it comes to painting those. Right, that's a labor of love. Leopold Optics, like I said, I can't say enough great things. They jumped on board from the word go and have supported me. We've gotten good support. SK Ammunition has jumped on board. I don't know what we're getting from them yet. Defiance Actions, M&K Machine. So we're getting a lot of good sponsors. We also have, I'm waiting to hear back from Arkin. They may be doing something with us, hopefully. Shark Coast Tactical, a local gun shop, donated the CCI Standard Velocity. They're also getting us an outstanding deal on the loaner rifle. So it's working out great.
No, and that's the thing. I think it's a huge bonus to hear who these sponsors are. When you're going to buy item X and, there's two companies that make the exact same thing and you're like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do the Armageddon bag because I remember they helped, some matches down in Florida or whatever the case is. And there's tons of great sponsors. There's this is kind of what makes the prize table even available is all these different sponsors are sponsoring and bringing items for like Dick to bring to the table. And it's amazing that they're doing it. Yeah. Can they write it off? Sure they can. But most importantly, the community that they're helping is the community it's going to be, behind their side when they go to buy something as well. So
I bet he is big country. No, I missed a few. We got MDT Chassis has donated a chassis. We also have Voodoo that's on board. I don't know what we're getting from yet. Even if they told me, I wouldn't tell you guys. So we got Voodoo Gunworks on board. We also have Defiance Actions. Defiance Actions is giving us possibly an action, centerfire action for the prize table. So that'll be interesting.
That's cool.
So we have a lot. We also have a silencer company that may be coming on board as well. So we have a lot of things. We're talking to a lot of people. Trigger Tech has been in contact. I hope they come on board. I think they're a great company. So
yeah, Willard's got a great comment. He's basically saying we should all go down there and support you. Yeah, definitely, for sure. I can tell you we are really, really booked. I know Ray and myself, I got a whole list of things we got to do this year before the end of the year. It's like, good Lord. I don't even know if we're going to have a weekend off. So it's going to be an amazing year of shooting. And I just hope to live through it all. But it should be fun for sure. But yeah
12 events.
Go down and support you.
Hey, you guys are welcome down here anytime.
Let's see. Okay, so you did say Florida, but there was another question. They may have shown up a little later.
Okay.
If you can kind of give the location again. What'd you say, near Naples or something?
So the first match, they're going to be alternating locations. So the first one is July 31st at Tradecraft Range in Immokalee, Florida. It's right next to Naples. It's just east of Naples, actually, Florida. The second match is August 14th. That match is going to be in Lake Placid, Florida, where I live, at a local sporting clay range, but it's going to have an outstanding course of fire and great fields of fire to get you guys shooting in multiple directions, different wind calls.
Yeah, that's the one I want to go to because the wind's going to be all over the place.
So that one's here in Lake Placid, Florida. Hoping we get a good show out. It's a local range. It's kind of been hurting. I've been working with them to try getting stuff really set up. I really want this range to stay around. So anything we can do to bring attention to it, bring people there. I'm trying to talk a few shooters into coming down and giving classes even there. So if you're in the local area and you want a really high pedigree shooter to come down and give a class, let me know. I'll try working it out the best I can.
He talked about it. I talked to him earlier today, and sounds like something he'd be interested in doing for sure. So that'll be actually a lot of fun. So
yeah,
we'll see. He might even jump on here tonight. I'm not I'm not sure. I know he's getting ready for tomorrow's class, so he is running the class tomorrow, and
yeah, it's his first class too. I know.
it's his
I know
first
exactly
class. Yeah, I know
first
he's
class. You're going over everything about 500 times in your
yeah.
head.
So I don't see him popping on here, but I wish him the very best for tomorrow. So hopefully he does well.
Hey, congratulations, Matt, on your new toolkit.
Oh, is Mr. Matt P out here? Our pal Matt?
Is.
Your pal Matt or whatever it is?
Yeah, there he is.
To the top, I never even got to say hi to anybody. We got the Shaggy Rifleman, DW, Frank Furr, X-Rings out there, Pops Quest, what's going on, Rob? Joaquin Jack Nava, the Shaggy Rifleman, again, 45 Auto, Joe Moore, Signal 50 Podcast. If you guys aren't familiar with Signal 50 Podcast, go over there, subscribe. A lot of good information. And it's mostly a podcast. They do a YouTube side of it, but most of the views are in the podcast kind of section. But yeah, definitely go over there, check it out, see if it's something you're interested in, and give them some love. Go support the channel. We got SciTech out there, or should I say SciTechs? Who else we got out there? Drew Bradley's out there. Willard's out there. Brad Billy 429, good buddy of mine. Haven't seen him in a while. 80 Baja. Tree Feller 22 LR, welcome to the show. All the way from Australia. Let's see here. Who else out here I haven't missed yet? So I think we're doing pretty good. Let me see if there's we got big countries out there. I think Skunk Ape. And who else? Trying to get through this list. We got Chris Beck. DW. I think it said DW already. Stratos 27. Sean Downey. And Frank Furr. Brody's out there.
Man, good thing for X-Ring. He's been fielding all the questions for us, huh?
I guess I'm up at the top trying to figure out all these. We got LZ USA out there, and your pal Matt. What is going on? He was going to come over, but I guess he didn't do it. And okay, we're down to the bottom. I think I got everybody. If I haven't said your name, welcome to the show, and type something in the comment section so I can. Packing tape is handy. We're still talking about last night's. I don't know. I really wanted to give Matt that thing. I needed to go live and have some fun and entertain some people for a little while. And I thought it was enjoyable. I don't know what everybody else thought, but I thought it was kind of fun.
I thought it was great. I think you should have shrink wrapped it about 15 times.
I put a bunch of tape on it. We got. All right, so we kind of went over the who. We went over the where.
Went over the when.
Went over the when. And the why. Kind of goes back to the who. Basically, why do people like yourself do it? Why don't you go ahead and answer the question? Kind of went over it earlier.
Yeah, no, the community has made me kind of do some self-reflection and really thought back to like when I was a kid and what got me into shooting and when I competed. And I was like, man, especially after talking to the local programs, 4-H and JRTC, and the positional, everything's been shut down pretty much down here. And I'm like, man, there's really no opportunities for these kids. Zero if they wanted to get into it, not even with air rifle or open sight pellet guns. So it became a thing where, all right, so now how do we grow it? As you know, PRS isn't cheap, even in the rimfire section. So that kind of creates a barrier to entry. So how do we alleviate that? And that became the why. We're trying to break down some of those barriers, expose more people, get more people passionate about it.
No, great answer for sure. I know X-Ring did comment on this, but in case you guys missed it, you got Born to be a Shooter Josh out there. He's a younger shooter. I don't know his age exactly, but I know he's new to the sport, and he's a lot younger than my 50-year-oldness. But he says, do you think shooting pretty consistently out to 400 yards with the RPR rimfire is good enough for a production class, like not at the bottom? No, for sure. That's if you're shooting consistently out to 400 yards, you might be bringing home not only production, but you might be bringing home all sorts of good stuff. Top U shooter and anything else that they have available.
No, hey, if you're shooting 400 yards consistently with an RPR,
yeah,
your hands down.
The thing. You know, the one I had, it shot quite well. It really did. I noticed differences at once I got out past like 200 yards basically is when it really started to open up. But no, I mean, it doesn't matter. Go out, have fun, and do it. You'll be surprised. The people are fighting with the same stuff you are. You know, it's like the match that they shot in Wyoming. Unfortunately, Ray and those guys were shooting in, rain. And I was lucky enough that day to shoot later in the day, so I didn't have rain. But then you had guys fighting hail, and it's just go have fun, and you're fighting the elements, basically. Everybody's kind of deal with something, whether it's mud, rain, wind. There's go have fun, do your best, and it is what it is.
And we got for the first one, we kind of came up with a thing. We're contemplating putting a larger target out there with a different color. And basically you just sign off, hey, I'm not in it for the overall points. I'm just trying to figure this out if I want to get in shooting. And so there's a separate target that's a little easier to hit. They can work on seeing if they can do the positional thing.
See, like tomorrow, are you going to talk about what's taking place tomorrow? Or
yes. So okay. Tomorrow, we're going to have tomorrow or possibly Sunday, we're going to have 5 8 to 12-year-old kids out working on positional shooting, introducing them to it. So they've all zeroed their rifles. They've gotten used to shooting them prone and modified prone from a bench. So now we're going to start. All right, well, we're going to DSF their data out to 250 yards. And then we're going to go ahead and start introducing them to positional things, first dry fire, and then start working them into live rounds of getting in and out of position on tank traps, fence posts, ladders, different things of that, just to get them used to how to position their body, how to line up their barrel at the target. So when they look in the scope, all they have to do is pan up and down to find the target, hopefully. Just those little things.
Save them some China.
Yeah, because
target.
We have 12 youth shooters registered right now. Of those 12, 8 of them have never shot a PRS style match before. Out of the adult 16 shooters that are registered, we have 6 of them that have never shot a PRS style match before. So we're bringing, and that's what I'm most proud of, is we're bringing a lot of new shooters to the sport, but we also got to be good stewards of it and make sure we help them out. So, and that's another big shout out with Corey and Eduardo and certain shooters coming on board that are predominantly really good center fighter shooters. They're going to be the squad moms and kind of coach these new shooters through.
No, that's amazing. Match. Yeah, they're taking their Saturday and they're basically going out and helping the youth shooters. So that's really cool. And that's some of the best things. We on this channel, we're always trying to promote new shooters, go out, sign up for a match. We're always promoting, hey, take your nieces and nephews or your sons and daughters out, go to the range, do some shooting of any kind, just get out and do a little bit of shooting. But I think that, like we talked about earlier, being able to take these, what was it, 5 you said?
Yes.
Yeah, these 5 individuals out, they're being able to shoot and kind of completely understand what's going to take place the day of the match is going to be so much better than, like you had stated when we talked earlier, basically throwing them into the hot coals and letting them try to just figure things out. It's going to be a huge, what's the word I'm basically looking for?
Just benefit to them. You're not.
Yeah, benefit would be a good one. There was a different word I was looking for, but basically
You're not throwing them in the deep end of the pool where you discourage them either. So that's going to be our biggest thing. Now we are going to build it slowly to being more, as Big Country put it, not so powder puff. And we'll always have 2 or 3 stages that are not powder puff stages that separate the good shooters. But right now, while we're doing it, we got to make sure we have some stuff in there that makes it easier for the new shooters, but then we still have a target or some aspect of it that makes it challenging to the more experienced shooters. And that's been our biggest struggle so far. Our hurdle is making sure. So we've probably run through 5 or 6 different courses of fire, keep revamping it. I'll shoot it. Eduardo will shoot it. My daughter will shoot it. One of the other kids will shoot it, and we'll just keep tweaking it.
Yeah. Well, and this is kind of a good point too. So we were fortunate enough to go to a place south of us. They had just started. It was an outlaw match. They're on their 3rd one now. They started off, and the targets were very massive. I mean, huge targets compared to the stuff we were shooting with at VOD, Chris Simmons' match. And, a lot of people were basically, maybe dropping 1. There was a lot of people that cleaned all the stages. And luckily, there was a tiebreaker that helped to separate, to get 1st through 3rd, basically. But a lot of people were kind of shying away from that because I'll tell you what Matt P had said. You get used to these big targets and you're going a lot quicker, but you're getting sloppy, basically. Or you can get sloppy. And then you go back to these matches like you shoot at VOD where the targets are much smaller. And he's like, man, I feel like it almost ruined me because it was the weekend before he shot these targets that were quite big,
So right now what we're looking at is each stage will have something like this. You'll have a target this big, right? And then you'll have a target this big. So at least you'll get 50% hits, hopefully, on something this size. But you're going to have a harder issue getting over 50% with this guy.
Yeah.
Kind of our concession we've come up with is.
Yeah, you'll have larger targets and smaller targets. The ones that are smaller are going to basically pull away from the people that have been putting more time, energy, and effort into getting better. And the newer shooters are going to feel pretty good because they're shooting targets, they're making noise and making impacts, getting scores on the board, not just a bunch of goose eggs.
Exactly.
So I think your idea is going to work well for sure. So. And then as you get better, the kids get better. Maybe you're getting better shooters coming to the matches or whatever the case is. The targets will get farther or they'll get smaller or they'll, there's
time will get shorter.
Many ways to screw with shooters. So
yeah, the number of movements on a stage may increase.
Yeah, there's that too.
So time, movement, and size.
Yeah, because when we talked about this months ago now, you were like 100% in, 100 miles an hour. You're building different barricades and all sorts of crazy stuff was taking place. And I don't even know if you officially had figured out if you were going to do one of these. You wanted to practice.
No, I was building it just solely for me, practice. And then I kind of knew I was going to possibly get into it, but I wasn't 100%.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty, I don't know. It's a great story. So what are some of the hurdles you've had to deal with when it comes to, because we never really talked about how much effort and what it takes to even get some type of series going. I know there's a few things, but in the PRS world, you got to have shot enough matches and can you kind of go over all that information or?
Yeah. So at first it was, well, you can't be, you can't be a match director. You're not a certified, or you're not ranked or anything like that. I was like, well, how do I even get there? There's not a PRS match in my local vicinity. That's what I'm trying to facilitate here. So how does the first guy get going? And after getting a hold of the right people and through the right venues, that finally got clarified. And they're like, oh, you're going for rimfire. That's a different game. We're trying to promote that more. And so they were more receptive to me and really supported me. Eduardo Torres, he's a well-established, sponsored, professional centerfire shooter. He goes, look, I can help you out. And so immediately after getting in with him, it helped give me enough industry or PRS clout to where people were starting to take things more seriously. And after that stuff hit the ground running, and it's all good problems, don't take me wrong, but it seemed like every time I had a sponsor, someone come out trying to help, it would present a new problem. Like, okay, now how do I find the time to either build this barricade or do this or go through, or do I need more liability insurance? How do I go through these different things? How do I find a range?
Yeah, and that was the hurdles you were having. Was how do I find a range? Where do they do these at? Yeah, because if you're interested in points, and let's say you live in, I'll just say a state that doesn't do much PRS, or maybe you're looking for NRL points, but there's no area nearby, within driving distance, it's going to make it difficult. And then, if you're able to pull off where you're going to set up a match and start a series kind of deal, it's going to benefit not only that organization, whether it's NRL, PRS, just more of them to be able to go to. But I think it's amazing. I really do. You definitely, you basically did stuff that a lot of people, don't want to try to deal with. So kudos to you for that, for sure.
No, and it was, I have 4 young kids, and that played a big part in it. Well, how do I keep my kids involved? There was a lot of factors, but at the end of the day, once I identified the problem, and I know it's something Ray kind of talked to me about, it, not talk about too much, but we were talking about the fight against the Second Amendment. And it's like, well, how do you build against the fight against the Second Amendment? It's just knowledge and education. What better way to educate people than take them out shooting and let them experience for themselves, So the more we can promote it, get kids out there, teach them how to operate a gun safely, how to have fun doing it. I mean, it's only going to grow.
Well, and that's the thing too, is if you were raised by a family that, basically just kind of shunned guns, basically thought they were evil, and you're a little kid and you grew up around that, never really had the concept, never even really had a chance to know nothing but what you've seen on TV or what you've heard from your parents, or, radio or TV as well. But then as you grow, like, there's a lot of brand new, basically, shooters, with all the stuff that had taken place and still going on basically in the United States and hell everywhere, South Africa being one of them. People are deciding, I really need to figure out a way to protect myself. And they're all first-time, gun owners. And they've taken the leap of going, you know what, I got to figure out something, because I can't take on a mob of people trying to hurt my family. But with that is they might just completely embrace the whole idea of loving shooting pistols, loving shooting rifles, or whatever the case is. And then, that next generation, you may get some more shooters because they're like, yeah, firearms aren't dangerous, or, well, they're dangerous if you don't play, work with them, right? But, it's the transition, we get more shooters involved. So it's pretty cool. And it
Yeah,
makes,
no. Well, realistically, you're not probably going to get the people that are absolutely against shooting. What we're looking at is the people that are passive. They're not for or against. They're kind of on the fence. Their kids could go either direction. If you show them that, hey, we got a safe environment, it's something just to expose them to. If they like it, fine. If they don't like it, that's fine as well. We're not here to create enemies. I think that bodes well for us and helps build the sport. So that's what we're kind of going for. Realistically, that's all we can hope for, really. And with the current state in Florida, if we can keep getting these programs, maybe they're getting shut down. I've been reached out to about maybe starting up a 3-position group as well. Right now I have too much on my plate with this and work. So maybe down the line that might be something that opens up.
no, I mean, yeah, you're biting off a huge bite. So trying to find any free time between work, trying to get this set up, and then family time. That's a full calendar right there for sure.
No, so we're doing great. The next hurdle, I think, is getting these tablets set up and try building the stages in the tablets, the COF. To be honest with you, I haven't even attempted it yet. I don't even know what it looks like. I've done it once or twice with a 3-gun stuff. I can't assume that it would be much harder, but we're going to have paper backups as well.
Yeah, no, always prepare for the fail, which is good. But the tough part is you can write the course out. You can go out with a rangefinder and then try to make it exactly what it says, especially if you're going to send them out the night before, the course of fire kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it does make it tough.
No, and we have some great volunteers that are coming out to help set up and tear down. So it's well supported by the local community here, and that's what we're most fortunate for.
Nice. They you may have heard if you're trying to get some stuff for the range too, maybe you've been very fortunate with sponsors, but you can also run kind of basically, I can't even think of what the name would be, but you put in $5, you have your own little like speed course, and you kind of split that money between the shooter that wins, and you can do it with the ROs to buy them lunch or whatever, depending on how much. So kind of helps.
Yeah, and Defusking has a good point, and we kind of thought of that. And so with competitive shooters, typically don't bring their family, kids. They're not there. It's their getaway, right? We're kind of helping that. And what we're trying to do is we're going to take the kids. They're going to be in a separate squad. They're going to be separated. The adults that want to be competitive, want to cut it up, they want to talk crap to each other, they can do that. They're going to be in their own squad, separated, and we're kind of create a little separation there. So hopefully the junior shooters aren't affecting or hindering any of those that are coming there for other reasons,
Yeah, no, it's smart. You are right. Some people do that to get away. They got the one day that they get away from the family. And then there's people that don't mind, so. Hi, Vanessa.
Night, Vanessa. And another good thing is we have the center fire match guys are really hooking us up. We're probably not going to get all our spotting glass in time and tripods. So they're donating their stuff and bringing that out. They're bringing additional tablets if we need them, if ours go down. So we're even getting support from the center fire guys, which is great.
Yeah, for sure. No. And that's, that should, I don't know if I should say that should be expected, but that's, those same people that are shooting 22 rimfire stuff are going to be the ones that are shooting PRS more than likely. A lot of places too, they'll do like a center fire on a Saturday and a rimfire on a Sunday kind of thing. So like which would be really cool because like when people drive 9 hours or 12 hours to go visit you, it's not just a 1-day adventure. So something to think about, or maybe a 2-day 22 LR match or something.
Yep. No, hey, that's definitely it. We got a good one. Defusking brings up another one. Actually, 5 of the kids are coming. We convinced one kid, and all 4 of his friends and family friends decided that they were going to do it as well. So that's where a majority came from.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. So when we shot with Todd and his shooting team, his youth shooting team in Kettlefoot, there was a lot of the parents. I'm like, how come you're not shooting? And they're like, which was a great answer. Like, no, I want this to be about my kid kind of thing. I think that you could tell though, there's some moms and dads that were like, man, this would be fun, because this was I think it was their first match that they've ever seen the kids shoot, because I think it was their kid's first match. And they're like, man, this is a lot of fun. If you're a parent and you're not completely like understand the whole, how the range works and how safe it can be and, all that stuff, I guess it's pretty, it'd probably be, a little scary, like, oh, what are we going to kind of thing. But they got there after the first couple stages. They saw how well it was ran and how well Todd was doing with the kids. And Todd actually had another helper. I can't remember his name. But, yeah, you can see him, like, really getting into it. Like, man, this looks like a lot of fun. I could see my son and daughter really getting into this. So it's pretty cool.
It was funny when we were running one of the first COFs, my mom came out with my daughter to help watch her while we were moving targets around and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And she's a teacher, and she hasn't really been involved, or her interest isn't shooting. She was just there to support. And at the end of it, she's like, man, I wish I could bring all my students down here. The math, it's like a practical application for math. I could get all my math students out.
No, totally, for sure.
Oh man, it completely it kind of completely fit that we got a whole new fan from an unexpected place, just by her going out and seeing what it was about.
We got a ES out there. It sounds like he's from Florida. He says it's tough to find good ranges in at least the South Florida.
It is, and that's why we're kind of doing this. And the best part about it is at 22, we can find 300, 400, 500-yard ranges down here. Getting your 1,000, 1,200, 1,300-yard ranges, there's only really 2 or 3.
Yeah, it definitely thins out the herd when you start shooting center fire out to 1,400 or so.
Yeah, because realistically, everything's on the West Coast. If you want to shoot beyond 1,000 or beyond 600, really, it's all. You're either going to Tradecraft, you're going to JTAC, or you're going up to Volusia in Daytona, or you're going to the Panhandle to Altus. There's nothing really in between.
Wow, yeah.
So it sounds like a lot, but you got to think from tip to tip of our state. That's a 14-hour drive, 12, 14-hour drive. So,
yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, when you said took you 12 hours to get from your house to my house, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
It's not like you're on the border, between touching the state there.
Yeah, yes. They are opening the range with electronic targets, but it doesn't really suit our needs, and they don't want us shooting static steel on the pop-up target range. So they kind of closed it down to us. They were not willing to be an option.
Oh, electronic targets, yeah. Trying to catch up on the comments here. So if you had a young kid and they are interested in shooting, what is the limit for the youth shooter to enjoy this fun sport of PRS? How young can you be but still shoot?
I can't put an age on it. It's really a maturity level. one, and then a physical strength level. They have to be able to safely handle and manipulate a firearm. If they can't pick it up, move around with it, it's probably not for them.
I thought there was an age, though.
There is an age. They're trying to keep it around 8. So that being said, we are allowing 12 and below shooters to be assisted by a parent. So help set their bag in place, help set their rifle in place if needed, or just be up there coaching them so it does remain safe. And then if the parent's not well adept to shooting or has never done this, then one of the squad moms that has more experienced shooters will be up there assisting them through the course of fire, at least for the first few until they get comfortable.
No, that's great.
So
yeah, because there's some stages where there's a lot of manipulation of the rifle, going through barrel,
dialing dope,
and all sorts of stuff. So
because you're probably not going to have an 8-year-old doing holdovers, right? So dialing dope, making sure that's right. Now, my daughter does not want me touching her rifle when she starts shooting, so that'll be extremely interesting to see how that way goes.
Yeah. No, it's how old is that one? He doesn't want to touch it.
8 years old.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she's
got it figured out, Dad.
Listen,
you don't even have to wait for her to hit 16 and know everything in the entire world.
No,
it's 8. It is.
She was resetting her rifle and hit the windage turret on her scope, so it was off. And she's going at the KYL. And she's missing left. I'm like, Celeste, let me just help you with your gun. Dad, I got it. So when she ran out of ammo, I reached up and looked at her and I went, look, your windage is off. How do you think that happened? If you're missing consistently one direction, it's two things. It's either you have a heavy wind or you need to look at your turret. She fixed it. And then she got all the way down to the 1/4 inch on the KYL. And we went through 2 more mags because we weren't leaving until she hit the.
Hey, that means she enjoys it. When you have to drag her out to the range, that's not when it's fun, So
ooh, I like that by X-Ring, a 2022 ruck match.
He's just trying to kill me. I didn't die for the last match, so he's like, okay, I guess we got to do this again.
We can do a 22 ruck match here at the sporting clay range.
I'm gonna borrow his Bagara with the carbon fiber barrel and the. Yeah, Chris Beck's like, yeah, let's do it. Actually, I don't know if he's officially. I don't know if he even made it into the Mammoth, but many months ago, I was talking to Chris, and he says he's got a couple buddies that were trying to get him to shoot the Mammoth, so maybe he can answer if he's actually going to do it or not. I know it's full now, so. If we weren't shooting Snipers Unknown, there's a match. We already signed up for that match, that team match. Obviously, you know this.
Yes.
Because you're my partner. But there's a match, I think it's in Iowa, and it's a 22-team sniper match, but it's with 22 rifles in a team format.
You can have 22 pistols too, Glock 44s. They fit in a retention holster.
Yeah, but I don't think they're running pistols on this one. But yeah, if you were
we could be the first. I like Chris Beck's thinking we could be the first. We can have 22 pistol and rifle.
There was a guy about 2 years ago that was trying to get one of those what you guys are talking about together, and I thought it'd be a lot of fun. It's
but I think they had the 22 stage. It was like a Smith & Wesson Victory or like a Mark 7 Ruger.
Any pistol. 22 pistol, I mean.
No, I went it on your hip. Just like you guys did at the ruck match, but you have to have a retention holster. You're not fitting that in a retention holster.
Yeah, you'll have to get something to figure out. But
I like it. It. We could get Glock to sponsor it so they can promote their new Glock 44.
There you go. No, that'd be fun. I mean, because sure, there's probably a weekend we don't have a shooting match this year, so might as well add one more.
There, I mean, you only got 12 matches the rest of this year.
Yeah, that's not much.
We could add 3 or 4 more easy.
Yeah, why not?
You don't need a free weekend.
Yeah, I don't need no stinking free weekends. Let's see.
Shit, you were up there drinking beer without me the other night.
That was the first beer I've had in a long time. I wanted to make Matt P's night enjoyable with his present.
There you go.
So I was glad he liked it.
We need to get Chris back down here.
He's coming.
Match.
He's coming.
Yeah, but also teach.
Yeah, we got.
Said he's not a teacher. I'll run him through a quick POI and get him comfortable doing an block of instruction.
He's coming out August 6th for the August 7th match. You're gonna have to tell a story. I'm gonna go use the.
Okay.
I'm gonna go drop off some tea real quick.
Okay. So what do you guys think? Should we do a 22 ruck match? I think that would be pretty interesting. We could do it either in the dead of summer and kill people, or we could do it in the winter and get them wet and cold.
Winter.
All right, there we go, winter. I know you do, Chris. I'm just pushing you a little bit. If we can't make it happen this year, I'd be happy to maybe see if we can fit it in next year. I know timelines are tight, and we kind of came into this last minute at the end of the year. I haven't shot that new X22. You guys really like it or no? I saw someone at the range when I was giving a pistol class shooting the X22. Big Country, you got one? You gonna bring it down?
I didn't say this. Telling it like it is. Let's see.
So when are you going to be on the Vortex podcast there, Rick?
I don't know. It might not be for a year. I don't even know if it'll happen. So, Tree Feller, how'd you even know that?
I didn't. There was a guess.
Yeah, Tree Feller was talking to a few individuals, and he had asked them about that, but he said that they already have like it for the year kind of like filled out on the calendar. So it may happen, but it just might be later.
That's awesome.
I'm not I don't need to be on there, I don't think.
I think you got a great platform. I think you'd be a good asset. I watched some of their stuff on the 22 rimfire stuff. And they got limited exposure to the sport up there talking. So I think, and then the people that they do have are so high up that they kind of lose. You know what I mean? Like if you're talking to some of your A-game shooters, sponsored shooters that are real high up, they're not really talking on the same level as the average guy that's going out buying one of their scopes.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I don't know. I'm glad they do a podcast, so it's pretty cool.
It is.
It is pretty cool. We've got K24 out there. The TX22 is pretty solid.
Got an Anderson upper for $38.50.
All right, do you guys got any questions for Dick or myself? We got, 30 minutes left, close to. If you guys got any questions, definitely blast them in the comments section.
What we're also probably going to look at, and I wanted to get with you, Rick, offline, but possibly get some apparel. So then if you wanted to support us and buy some apparel and you're not in the area, you can't shoot a match, I'd be willing to offer it. They won't be as pretty as my hand-painted trophies, but we can get it close.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's one way to help your organization out for sure. You know, the hats that I sell, it's like I don't make hardly much, but you know, sometimes it helps buy some ammo and some other little gizmo gadgets that keeps the channel going. So it works out.
Fun rimfire stage ideas. We have a few. I think we're going to surprise some people. We have a few good ones. I'll give away one. We have some zombies. So for the junior shooters or those that aren't really trying to compete, it'll be anywhere counts as a hit. But for those competing for points, it's going to be headshots only.
Nice.
So you're going to have like a zombie attack stage. It's going to be pretty good. We got some Duff beer can painted targets. I'm sure by the end of the match, no one will know that it's Duff beer, but
yeah, it'll just be another gray sheet of metal.
Johnny Watt, we did a stage. Big Country was with me. We did a stage with golf balls hanging from ropes on a ladder. And I was not a fan of that stage because it is not an equal playing field at all. Some of the golf balls got shot off. Some got wrapped around, like they spun up and over and twisted to where they're hidden by the thing. So,
wood.
Yeah, so it really wasn't an equal or playing field at all. To run that stage was extremely difficult. The only one that was available left because you couldn't shoot the same ball twice for me to shoot was already split in half, so it became just a nightmare. It's like a golf ball is already like 1.25 inches, and we were shooting at it 100 yards, and then you're trying to hit half a golf ball. So
yeah, because it's just not hard enough.
Yeah. Yes, it was absolutely stupid.
Johnny Watt
I will
said
never
like 500 yards. I mean, geez.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah, why not?
just do it blindfolded with backwards using a mirror.
Well, that sounds like our AR competition, remember? Golf ball, what was that, 600 yards?
We never even got to do that one.
KB came close, right?
I think so, actually. We had a couple we were supposed to do, and just the life goes by and you forget about these things. There was one, it was a quarter. I think it was a quarter at 400 or 500 or something. And then there was a golf ball at 5 or 6. It just kept getting worse and worse.
Man, Defuskin sounds like he needs to go shoot like the positional Punisher.
Yeah, he should.
Targets hidden behind spinners is fun.
Oh, man, X-Ring is so far behind. I did have a 1 beer in Wyoming as too. That's true. How long ago did we talk about that? That was about 10 minutes ago.
Hey, he's just here to have fun.
That's right. You're just here to have fun. Fact is, you'll be another 20 minutes after everybody else leaves because you're just here to have fun. Especially unsupported. Yeah, dude. Not only a golf ball at 500 yards, but unsupported.
Unsupported, standing.
I wonder what he's answering yes to. The winner. See, this is almost like a trivia question thing.
I think he's talking about when I was talking about doing the ruck march down here. the ruck competition.
I swear his internet is like a 3-legged squirrel on a freaking one of those little things, but it's like taped. It's like bad.
Oh, we can do it. I can take you halfway through the swamp so you get all good and wet in the winter. And then you come out. Oh, we can do fabulous things with this.
That's awesome. I actually just got a text from Seamus, but that was an hour ago. I didn't even notice I had it.
Now, Defuskin, is that with a 22 or is that with
a wrist rocket, of course?
Yeah, no. He was doing spit wads at 760 offhand.
Spin wads at 650 offhand. Yep. Let's see. I can't even. Lemony Winks.
No, there are some good offhanded shooters that.
Well, the people that shot like 3-position style shooting, and like
A lot.
did well at that, those are the people you're seeing where they are usually they have their stuff dialed in well.
Yeah, and then you have me that looks like I completely forgot everything I know. That was embarrassing. I've been working on offhand every day since, though.
You just had a nice slice of humble pie, that's all.
Oh, yeah, no.
I've eaten quite a few of those pieces. I know I did my first PRS match. Holy heck.
Good night, 45 Auto.
I was trying to text X-Ring, but I can't find this thing. Oh, well, he'll just have to watch. Oh, here we go. What would I say? What's it called? Come on, computer guy.
What?
To re-update it. What is that word called?
Refresh.
Refresh. Thank you. Man.
It's okay.
You know what? It's been a long... Actually, we had a lot of fun today. We actually did a video that's already out on the Microtech website. So we did.
I was trying to watch that earlier, and
yeah, Ray and I were kind of helping Microtech out with that side of doing some videos for Tony, and it was a lot of fun and enjoyable. So it's pretty cool. Got it all edited up and then made it live, and it's actually doing really well. If you guys don't know, get over to Microtech, and they have a YouTube channel. But the reason why I'm telling you guys this is the actual knife that Tony sharpened today to show people how to sharpen blades, which is a really nice knife, very expensive knife, is actually going to be given away on the next video we do. So if you guys want to be interested in winning a free knife, go watch the video, comment, make sure you're a subscriber, and you can actually win that knife. And then the box is even signed and everything. So who knows how much this knife will end up being worth, because not only is it's a signature series knife, which is like kind of, it's in between the customs and the production stuff. So right there, it's already a really nice knife. But he signed the box, and then this is all on video of actually him sharpening it and everything. So you can't get more legit than that. So it'd be kind of interesting to see what this knife ends up being worth.
That's awesome. I think that's a great thing.
Yeah, Tree Feller wants to know if you need to invent a tree stand stage.
I just replied to him. It's already a thing.
Oh, it's already. I gotcha.
So I'm not going to say what match that's at. That's going to be.
Yeah, don't give away all your secrets.
Oh, I'm not. There's going to be some.
And the stuff's going to change anyways, Dick. Just so you know.
Oh yeah, no,
something's not going to line up right because of the terrain. Of course, you're on super flat ground, are you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but we still got a lot of trees.
Yeah, you have to dodge around those things.
But it'll be good.
Thanks for the bump. One hand on that giveaway. Yeah, Drew, it's actually kind of like a half clear. There's a name for it. It's called Jade, I think. But it's like a clearish smogged. That's not the smoked kind of but more of a white color, and you can kind of see through it. It's a pretty neat handle. It's pretty neat. So get over there and win that knife.
That's awesome.
I'd love to win that knife.
Defuskin, you're my hero, man. I've watched some of your stuff. You're a good shot. You're not a nobody.
Senility.
I don't know what that is.
Chris Beck says reboot. No, not reboot. It was refresh. That's what it was. X-Ring, are you on board with us now? You're not 20 minutes behind. Where is the knife giveaway? It's on Microtech
YouTube channel.
You're going to watch the latest one. It says Sharpening with Tony Marfione. And, watch that video. It's going to tell you what you need to do, which is really just like and be subscribed and then comment, and then you'll be entered to win a really cool knife. So hopefully you guys win it. Hell, hopefully maybe I can even win it. It'd be awesome. Highly doubt it, but it's going to be a random draw, so there is a possibility. I think
everybody's making fun of you.
What, with that face?
No.
Oh, translucent. Yeah, translucent. Yeah, he's the smart one for sure. See, I've had to deal with Ray all day today, so my brain is completely fried. Like,
oh yeah,
having to hang out with #Stilla all day long, and he says the same thing about me as well. But no, Rick, you're banned from their giveaways. That's not nice, Shaggy Rifleman. Shaggy Rifleman. Let's see. All the Microtech product pages are 404 page not found. Product pages. We're talking about Microtech YouTube channel.
Yeah.
In fact,
my other window is on it right now. There you go. Shaggy already posted it.
There we go, Shaggy. Shaggy's on it, man. I'll tell you what. Giving him a wrench was a great idea.
Dude, he's been a.
I don't see.
Asset.
Yeah, he's been a.
He was a little slow on me getting that Bagara B14 now, and left-handed.
Yeah, what is the deal with that? That's right. Your daughter shoots left-handed, right?
3 of my daughters shoot left-handed.
Oh, geez.
I think my son's going to be the only one that's right eye dominant.
Yeah. He's going to be like, yes.
I get my own gun. It won't be pink.
Exactly. I don't have to shoot a half worn out pink rifle. It's going to be awesome. There it is. Now I see it.
Yeah.
Microtech giveaway. That's so weird. I already sent in 3 weeks ago. Oh, he sent it in 3 weeks ago. It's on you at this point.
Oh no, I had got one by the time you threw it up there, Shaggy. It was just a miscommunication or a timing difference.
So the kids got bags to use, right? They got pretty much. What is there anything that they need that they don't have yet?
So we're talking to a few different companies to try getting Arca rails with bipods. We don't have any bipods yet for them for the guns. Rings, we still need some rings. We're working with 2 scope companies. I'm pretty sure one, if not both, will come through. The one's just having a production issue, so they're not going to be here in time. So,
does anybody have a monkey that's trained that I can have? We got DW says he has an idea that'll make you the gun channel superstar.
There you go.
Everybody's trying to help.
Yep. No, we have. So we have bags. So we got half the bags from Defiance. The other half the bags came from Armageddon Gear. It looks like we're also going to be getting some bags from Weebad. So I'm not sure which ones yet, but it's looking like it's running.
Get some tater tots.
The kids have to be able to pick them up, right?
Yeah, standard fill. Get standard fill tater tots.
The tater tot's bigger than half the kids.
Man, but it's such an awesome bag.
Maybe we'll get
one.
Well,
Ray actually bought Ella. It was the mini fortune cookie.
Yeah.
With light fill in it. It's actually a nice bag. Now, if you got a tater tot with light fill in it, that would probably work really good for the kids. It's just a little too narrow to put your rifle on. especially.
I do agree.
So
we're working on those things. We're hoping to get some people in line. We're talking to them. We're talking to a few trigger companies. We'll see what comes around.
that's cool. That's awesome.
Ooh, that is a pretty good one with the monkey.
That is good. Actually, I was watching a little bit of that old live chat where we had Matt and Ray and myself scratching off the scratch offs. I was cracking up watching that.
That brings tears to my eyes every time.
I don't know who had commented, but it's all that just spit soda all over their computer. Like, I just love watching the comments. It's freaking hilarious. Let's see. I'll sit back there in a Sasquatch suit. There you go, Johnny Wad. Oh, Butter's got a signature series Troodon. Need to get it serviced.
Hey,
send it in.
Send it in. It might take 3 or 4 weeks, but you'll get a great job.
Yep, you never know. That's right. All right. Well,
hey, I'm loving mine. I thank you so much for the plug and the support and helping us get the word out. It's already been a great thing. We've already gotten way more support than I could ever imagine of getting. Hopefully it just keeps growing and we keep getting this the sport growing bigger and support DP Gunworks as well.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think it's very important, and one of our key responsibilities is to continue on and promote the Second Amendment and just enjoy the sport of shooting and to bring the next generation up for sure. So
yep, no, so if we can get it going, hopefully success breeds success. We already have more shooters than I anticipated. I was getting a little stressed. Like I was telling Big Country the other night, it's like if I don't get more experienced shooters, I don't know how I'm going to run this match. Because we had so much buy-in from new shooters that it was getting a little sketchy.
Hey, if the new shooters are willing to help, you run less squads, bigger squads, and you have more people to help watch
exactly.
stuff.
No, and then we'll be posting. So the Instagram page is Blackwatch87. And so Blackwatch87, if you go on there, you'll see all the posts. We'll keep up to date. We also have Blackwatch Performance is a Facebook page. You can go on there and we'll be posting pictures of the kids, videos of how the match went, and keep everybody up to date. So hopefully we can keep you guys up to date with all the real-time info, what's going on.
Awesome. With that said, another huge shout out to Vortex Optics. If you guys get a chance, go take a look at some of their new and exciting gear. Definitely 5,000 ABs, great binos with range finding capabilities that works with your applied ballistics of your Kestrel or with your own phone app, and a lot of cool gear out there. So definitely take a look at that. Huge shout out to Desert Precision Gunworks, and I'll plug these guys one more time, but definitely go over to xringcustoms.com if you guys are interested in the Borka kits and all the other cool gizmo gadgets that they have over there for your shooting needs. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new and have not been a subscriber yet, we would definitely appreciate you hitting the button. And with that said, you guys have a safe night. Take care, and we will see you soon. Have a fun and safe weekend.
Good night, guys.